$50 advertising. Okay. All in favor of that? Carried. Thank you. 5.11, correspondence, Town of Bancroft, support resolution for Warman. Deputy Mayor Day.
I'd like to make a motion that we receive and file as correspondence.
Councilor Russell?
I'll second that.
Second that. Questions, comments? All in favor of that? Carried. What time was the Councilor Edelman?
Sorry, I didn't get my hand up soon enough earlier. This was going, pen didn't get up quick enough. Sorry. Just going back to.
You need a lighter pen.
That's right, I need that. To the Trails Committee. Is our facilitator involved, or can
Yes.
she be? Because
Absolutely.
certainly that's where all of that communication and getting things on signs and websites and all
We
that
need to
stuff.
do the getting to know you.
Okay, good.
Okay. 6:13, 2 minutes. Councilor Cook?
I guess 6.1, 6.2, I guess I move for receive and file.
Okay. Second one, Councilor Bonsteel. Questions on those two sets of minutes? All in favor? Carried. Can we do the heart stroke big bite event?
Get her done.
6.3. Councilor Russell. Accept the recommendation. Second one, Councilor Bonsteel. Question?
Look, they're looking for approval, I think, of Route 1 or Route 2, and their preference is Route 1, which makes sense. So is that what included there, John?
I was going to say, I can use that road. We have to get permission for them to use the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Road
Route
one.
I
one.
don't know the difference. Road 1 makes more sense.
Okay, Deputy Mayor Day.
Yeah, just a point of clarification. It states that this is the 6th year the event is taking place in Grand Bend. Have they ever done these routes before?
I'm not sure which route they've gone.
If I could, they've had before, but they also have started back at the Hero Lot too as well, gone through town previous years. And I think as they said in the letter of Shannon, that it's early in the season, and it really doesn't have a lot of impact on the time of that particular festival.
Yeah. Councilor Bonsteel?
Well, the value add is we can write it up as a forerunner to a shuttle service. Project.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor of that? Well, question. Councilor McGuire.
Can I just challenge council to put it at 2 minutes?
They have more seats than mine.
Oh, sad.
You get me to I'll do to run alongside.
We will,
Challenge.
you'll organize that then?
Yes, that
Okay.
was what I was going to ask, if I'm nominating you for the chair first. This could include spouses.
I'm in.
Okay, all in favor of that? That's carried. So we'll stop there and we'll go back at 7:15. We have delegation, Jerry Rupke, some information, re the lake water contamination and Grand Bend Street treatment. Jerry, if you could come up and make your presentation as a delegation in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. I'm honored to talk to you this evening. I intend to talk about the 3 things outlined up there. Who am I? What are some cheaper wastewater options? and groundwater Lake Huron contamination. Let's go to the first issue then. Who am I? I'm sure you've had opportunity to read the document I've submitted. I'd just like to highlight a few points. I'm a chemical engineer from the University of Waterloo with the Masters of Environmental Health Engineering from the University of Texas. I'm the past president of the Water Environment Association. At the time I was president, it was actually called the Pollution Control Association of Ontario. It represented all the professional equipment operators and operators in the field of water pollution control. I've had 45 years of sewage treatment experience in every province of Canada, in the US, Mexico, Italy, France, United Arab Emirates, South Korea, Germany, and Spain. There may be a few I've forgotten. Next. What's an EA process? You've been through one. The municipality has. It looks at the scope of the problem, and it investigates all viable options to solve that problem. By viable, I mean it's not a lot of sense in investigating an option that doesn't meet the effluent quality criteria that have been established. This EA determined that wastewater needed to be treated in a tertiary treatment plant that produces a very high quality effluent year-round. If you've read the EA document, you'll see that you need to meet a 5 parts per million BOD, 5 parts per million suspended solids, 1 part per million ammonia during the summer, and 2 parts per million ammonia during the winter. That's the objective. And 0.1 part per million phosphorus, extremely low phosphorus levels. The process was undertaken over the past several years under the control of the Tri-Municipal Group. Approximately $0.7 million was spent looking at alternatives. $600,000 were spent designing the lowest cost option. In your September the 2nd meeting, Chris Hutt was here representing the MOE, and I quote him, "Any significant changes require about 50% of the EA to be redone." So, and of course, all the redesign would have to be redone because you have to design a different type of plant. A number of members of council and some of the residents of Lambton Shores have suggested there may be cheaper options. Let's look at these suggestions. If you go to the second handout, titled number 2, the big 2 on the front of it, look at the second last page, no, the last page, sorry. You'll see a table that says wastewater treatment options. There's a series of boxes that run from raw sewage to screening, to grit removal, primary sedimentation, biological oxidation, secondary sedimentation, tertiary treatment, and then liquid effluent discharge. Off to the side of primary sedimentation and secondary sedimentation, there's a line coming off that says sludge. Sludge to sewage to sludge treatment. Well, one of the first suggestions that came out was the biodigester. A biodigester goes to that little circle that says sludge treatment. It's not a waste treatment option. It doesn't take raw sewage and produce a high quality effluent to discharge. In fact, I just happen to have a sample here. Of what the effluent from a biodigester looks like. We want to pass it around. And if you think that's a good idea to dump into our lakes, I would challenge that. The New Hamburg process. The New Hamburg process does, in fact, replace all those components in the square boxes. It does take raw sewage and produce a liquid effluent.